Good Sunday morning, everybody. Hope you're up and moving, giving thanks to the Father that we all made it to one more day. Okay, y'all, come on in. It's time to get Sunday dinner going. Um, I am cooking a little bit early today because I've got to go and do something for a friend. I'm going to be helping Barb at her restaurant today. She's doing a tea party for 16 little girls, and one of her people could not be there, so I'm gonna lend her a helping hand today. So I'm gonna get my dinner on the stove and in the oven and out so that I can go and help my girlfriend. So I tell you what I'm gonna be doing here today. Something real simple, but a lot of it and something nice and hearty. I'm gonna do this is one of Barb's specials here. I'm gonna be doing some curry chicken. I'm using chicken thighs. You know, I told you before, I think the last time I did the curry, I told you that the thighs to me are the best cut of the chicken to do the curry because it holds the flavor, and chicken thighs have a great flavor and it doesn't dry out. So I've got 12 deboned chicken thighs. They're already deboned. Thank God I didn't have to do the deboning to them. So all I'm going to do to them is, I don't even know how big they are. Okay, pretty good size. So I'm going to take my my cooking scissors and I'm going to cut each one like this. What you think? 3 pieces. And the next thing I'll do to them after I get them cut up in 3 even pieces, hopefully. This serves well like this over that rice. I'm going to okay. Real easy task. Like I said before many times, invest in a set of cooking scissors. And when I say set, I got about 2 or 3 pair because I'll get, excuse me, I'll get run around here sometimes and lay them down and forget where I put them. So 2, I might even have 3 pairs. This chicken is pretty good. This is Tyson chicken. And it usually is pretty good as far as cleanliness and as far as not, it doesn't have a lot of fat on it, is what I'm trying to say. So that one's 30 pieces already there. Okay, so we're just going, like I said, going through. I have already pre-done some stuff in the interest of time. I've got some other items, of course, on the menu, but this is the one that requires the most cooking, and I thought you all would enjoy the instruction on this. So the other things that I'm cooking are real simple, and you know the instruction is like real simple. It's something you can pick up just by looking at it, and I'm sure you already know how to do it. And probably you have picked up on how to do this curry chicken too, because I think I've done it about 3 times on the channel. Let me see. I got some pans heating up over there to get this chicken, because what I'm going to do is pan fry it and brown it up a little bit. Then I'll run it through the oven for a good hour and a half. Okay, got the last piece going here. I think it's time for me to sharpen my shears. What do y'all think? Hope y'all had a good weekend so far. I've had a busy weekend. Let's get this chicken. Switch places. Get it. So we got it all cut. And it is ready to put the seasoning on. I'm going to rinse it off a little bit. Then I'll get the seasoning going. So hold on, let me rinse it off. That'll save time in terms of getting things going. So I will be right back. Hey y'all, I'm back. I had to digress a little bit because I need to get something else. I almost forgot I'm doing lima beans today, and I needed to go ahead and get them going. I've got this ham hock, as you can see, and I've got 1 ham hock. We're cheating today. Ham hock, and I got a couple stalks of celery in there. 8 cups of water, ham hock, just a medium-sized ham hock. I've been had it boiling for a couple hours. You know it takes a little bit for ham hock to cook, so it'll be nice and tender so we can eat it along with those beans. So I've got a ham hock, 8 cups of water, some complete tablespoon of complete seasoning, and 3 stalks of celery in there. And I've got I did put a lot of salt right now. Not sure how salty the ham hocks are, but I'll find out Excuse me, because you know I'll do the taste test. But I did go ahead and put a tablespoon of complete seasoning in there. And what I've done here is just get that ham hock done, like I said, and get that water boiling and get those lima beans. It takes about an hour and a half to 2 hours for them to cook so that they'll have that nice thick broth in those lima beans. So that's why I stopped with the chicken to get this lima bean pot going here. So I'm going to be using Margaret Holmes baby limas. This is 1.5 pounds. Some of you use 2 bags of this, so I have 3 pounds of lima beans in this pot here. Okay. So there they go. Just make sure that when you put them in, that they are pretty much covered, that the broth in there covers them. So when they start boiling, it'll be a complete boil through. And by the time they get done boiling, honey, they're going to be some good eating in this pot. You know what I'm thinking? Okay. I think that ought to be enough. I'm thinking I've got a third pack in there, so that would be 4.5 pounds of beans if I went ahead and did the other bag. I think I'm going to hold off on that 3.5. Yeah, I think I'm going to hold off. I think this will be a plenty. I don't think I'm going to have too many in today. And if I do, there's other stuff that we can eat. So I'm going to stop with the 3 pounds of lima beans. And trying to think, did I put, no. I need to put black pepper. I need a teaspoon of black pepper in here as well. I'm going to put a teaspoon of onion powder in there. Remember, I already got a tablespoon of complete seasoning, a teaspoon of onion powder, a teaspoon of black pepper. I can't open that pour side. I don't know what's wrong with it. It's on so tight I can't open it. But anyway, it doesn't take that long, so you squirt it in there. And by the time these beans cook, all of this juice would have cooked into a thick, thick broth. Y'all know I'm watching TV, don't you? Okay. So those beans there, I feel good about that. I got those beans boiling, ready to start boiling, and they will be ready in about an hour and a half. Okay. I'm gonna need some more salt in those. So what I'm gonna do right now, because I like my salt cooked through the food. Drop something, gotta pick it up. Hold on. Okay. Give us another spoon going. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put a teaspoon. I'll start with a teaspoon of my Himalayan pink salt in there. Start with that because I'm still knowing that that's some more of the salt is still encased into that ham hock because it has not opened up yet. You know, when it opened up, it'll release all the rest of that flavor and the salt into that pot. So it's going to leave it be for now. Okay. And I do think that this is going to be a plenty. Okay. So what I can do at this point now is go ahead and set the lid back on there. When it starts boiling, I'll turn it down to medium low. And just let them just cook. Okay. So now we got the lima beans going. I've already done while I was away. That's why it took me so long, y'all. I went ahead and did my Clorox cleanup. I always, when I'm dealing with meat, just remember that when you've dealt with meat around your prep area, go ahead and clean up that initial possible contamination. So I went ahead and did my Clorox cleanup all over the place and got my beans go. I had to once I did my beans. So just keep those things in mind. Because y'all know I always keep my Clorox bottle right by the sink the entire time that I'm cooking, because that's what I rely on to help me keep everything sanitized. Okay. So we'll get back over here on the other side and get this chicken seasoned up. I'm gonna have to, and then once I season, I go ahead. I'm gonna have to sanitize again. But in between time, you still have to do it because you got other stuff going on in the area. Okay. So what we're gonna do now is go ahead and season this chicken. So for extra added, I'm put one of these little plastic bags that come from the store. They work good for what I always do with mine is turn it inside out and put it there and pour it. You know, you can just pour it as much, and I'm pouring it directly into my drain so it doesn't recontaminate the sink again. Pour as much of the juice off of that meat, off that chicken as you can, because when you get ready to put it in the pan to brown it, you don't want a lot of water because you know that water will pop everywhere. So I'm going to go ahead quickly because it is 11 o'clock right now. And I need this in the oven no later than 11:15. I'm going to hit this with about a tablespoon of my Gold Mountain seasoning. And this is my curried chicken. Okay, Gold Mountain. And it doesn't have to be put on in any particular order. This is onion powder here. This is the last of that container. That's about a good teaspoon of onion powder. I'm just going to pour everything at once and then I'll get it all mixed up on there. Okay. Of course, you know I'm going to put a tablespoon of my Gold Mountain on there. And I'm not going to put too much salty stuff because when I get ready to make the gravy, I always use this golden curry. This makes the best curry gravy, as I call it. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle me a tablespoon of complete seasoning on there. This, by the way, is 4 pounds of, let me be sure, because I want you to, I didn't even look at the package, but I need to be sure about how many pounds, but I think it's 4 pounds. Yeah, I was right. It's 3.84 pounds. So you just say, what's that, 4 pounds of chicken. On 4 pounds of chicken, you need a tablespoon of complete seasoning, teaspoon of onion powder, and another teaspoon of garlic powder. Okay, and of course you got to put some black pepper. You know, you got to get your black pepper going on there. Get me a teaspoon. I'm not gonna put a lot of black pepper because that curry sauce mix is salty and it's hot, so we don't want to get it too hot because the little ones may show up today, and they like gravy too. Lord, my babies, all my babies, my big babies and my little babies love gravy. They love gravy. Okay. And we're gonna get this meat mixed up because I need to get this chicken over to the skillet. Get it in the skillet. I've already got my onions and peppers and celery sliced up on the side. So what I'm going to do with this chicken is get it over to the stove. And I'm going to start dropping it in there so that it will get sort of browned up a little bit. And it'll cook it a little bit too, so to cut down on the oven time. Hold on just a minute. I got my heater on. I'm about to burn up in here. You know what? It's about 46 degrees outside, 36 to 46, I think, degrees outside. My house is tight, so if I turn that heat on to about 70 something, honey, it gets real hot real quick. If you know anything about me, you'll find out Miss Peggy don't like a lot of heat. So I thank God that I don't have to run a lot of heat. And when the boys are here, they be running around, trying to run around in them little baller shorts and them little short things, honey, talking about they cold. I be telling them, y'all put on some clothes. I can't stand all that heat. Because y'all know I still have hot flashes for whatever reason. I don't know why. What the purpose of these hot flashes are at 70. But they're still here, y'all. And for those of you who have them, Lord have mercy, I'm praying for y'all just like I pray for myself. Because Lord knows those hot moments get real hot sometimes. Okay, I think that's pretty well mixed up. I think everything is coated pretty good. I'm believing that that's enough salt content on that 4 pounds. You know, one thing about the complete season, even though it's salty, it's not overly salty. So I always like to make sure I have enough though. So hit it just a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. About another fourth of a teaspoon on there. Because I don't have any fresh garlic, I'm gonna say we put a tablespoon of garlic on this. Okay, can't never, to me, for a dish like this, can't put too much garlic. So to season the meat, I've got 4 pounds of meat in here. I got a tablespoon and a half of complete seasoning on it. I got a teaspoon of black pepper, a teaspoon of onion powder, and let's see, what else did I put? And garlic powder. I got a tablespoon. I just went ahead and put 1 tablespoon of garlic powder on there. So, and you know what? Once you get this dish in the pan and cooking, that's a piece of onion. Okay, so we're gonna get this on over to the other side of the room so that I can have my breakfast sitting over there. I'm eating leftovers for breakfast. Okay. Other side of the room. And here we okay. And I'm back. I don't know what happened. My camera, I think, is very sensitive, and if I think I touched something that I shouldn't have. So anyway, I had to just sort of start this little segment over again. Not to worry. As I was saying, move that little coffee spoon out of the way. I'm going to start putting the chicken into the pan. Make sure that grease is good and hot when you're getting ready to brown this chicken up. One thing I did forget to put on there. Now, I'm not going to put extra curry. One reason I'm not putting the extra curry is because I don't have any. But here goes some turmeric. I didn't put any turmeric on there. Tablespoon of turmeric. You know, turmeric is not only seasons well. Turmeric is so healthy. I put turmeric. You know, I told you I put turmeric in my coffee and my tea every day. So I get a complete portion of turmeric. So whatever it's going to do, I make sure that I get plenty of it in my diet every day. And I really do believe that it helps me a lot because it helps to control your diabetes and your blood pressure. And as far as my diabetes is concerned, I try to stay on top of that A1C, and my A1C stays down. And I don't eat a lot of sweets or a lot of carbs. I don't eat a lot, but sometimes I, like certain little sweet things, like we all do. And I think I know that the turmeric helps with it, because turmeric is an old remedy for a lot of things. And I think those old herbs and spices, if we use them consistently, we can't use them for a month or two and stop and, think everything's going to be okay. I found that out, by hitting and missing. Like anything else, you have to be consistent with it. So turmeric, remember, in addition to the other ingredients on here, go ahead and throw you some turmeric on there. And it'll serve you well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get you right here in the pan with me. This is probably going to sizzle a little bit. Yeah, it's ready. I think I need some more oil because I'm seeing the bottom of my pan. That is about a half a cup of oil in that pan. And then that way I should not have to add any more because I got quite a bit of meat to put in here. So we're going to get as many pieces in as we can. We want that grease hot. We don't want any condensation in there because I want to be able to fry all of this, but I don't want anything burned, boiled, or broiled. I want it pan fried so it has a little color to it. I may have to do 2 pans with this. So just sizzle that up. Whew, that aroma, y'all, is wonderful. Wonderful. Okay. I think I'm going to leave that be for now. That should be enough. I'm going to go ahead and let that sizzle for a minute. I'm going to let it stay on that one side for about 3 minutes. Then I'll just flip it all over. 3 more minutes. It's going to take me about 10 minutes. We'll say we'll take 10 minutes to do this. And while that is cooking and waiting for me to take it to the next level, I'm going to go ahead too and drop my peppers and onions. Instead of waiting on all of that to get done, I've got a smaller skillet on the back. I'm going to drop those peppers and onions in that. Get that skillet over here out of the way. Okay. I got my small skillet on the back burner back there. I'm going to go ahead and do me some peppers and onions in that one. Excuse me. So I've got a large onion chopped. A large onion. Just slice it any way you want to slice it. And I've got 3 large stalks of celery and a half of a large green pepper. As soon as that grease heats up back there on the back, I'm going to go ahead and drop those peppers and onions in. And while it's doing it, I'm going to walk across on the other side. I think this smells like it needs to be turned. See how pretty that is with that seasoning on there. It turns real pretty. That's what I want, real pretty color. Yeah. Really, really pretty. Y'all know me. Even though I'm just a regular cook and I'm not fancy schmancy, I like for my food still to look good. It doesn't have to be fancy to look good. But sometimes it does look fancy, but I'm more concerned with what it tastes like than I am anything else. But I still want it to look good because, you know, sometimes certain foods is not pretty. Now, to me, unless you really pay attention to every ingredient, and unless you make the kind of gumbo that I make, gumbo to me is not a pretty dish because it's that dark color. And let me tell you something, unless you got a lot of shrimp and other ingredients in there, it don't look too good. So, you know, that's why I don't scrimp on the ingredients that I put in my gumbo. I make sure I have lots of nice ingredients in my gumbo. So, okay, that's cooking up pretty nicely. I'm going to go ahead and drop the peppers and onions back there. Quite a bit, but that's 1 large onion, y'all, 3 large stalks of celery, and a half of a large green pepper. So we just want these to just sort of wilt up a little bit so they pull that flavor on through when we get it against the gravy. Okay. And y'all know I'm going to shower them with some onion powder. And of course, you know, I'm going to put some complete seasoning on them. And because curry is yellow, it's keeping with, not too much, just for seasoning. Because remember I told you the curry salsa mix does have a salt, not a lot of salt content rather, but it's already seasoned. But I like to add, like I said, my own seasoning. I put just a little bit on these veggies here just to knock the edge off. Oh yeah, and I'm going to throw some carrots in there as well, because carrots help you season, give it a certain flavor. So to my veggies, that chicken, I'm about ready to take these out. I got to get my big yellow pan. I'm going to grab about, get 3/4 cup of baby carrots to go in there as well, okay? There we go. think I'm going to use my big red wok pan today for this curry. Okay, I got to make room for it though. This is a big pan here. I got to make room for this pan. I'm getting ready to start taking these pieces out. Yeah. See how pretty those are? Start putting them into my wok over here. And that's what the finished cooking is going to be about. It doesn't take that long. I'm going to put it in this big wok because I want to make sure I got plenty of room for the gravy. Because like I said, my folks love a lot of gravy. Okay, I turn that heat down so that my oil will not burn. So as you're taking it out, go ahead and lower that heat while you're getting it out. So when you get it, yeah, there's plenty of oil left in there. I'm just going to go ahead and put the rest of my chicken in there. Nice and coated. I'm doing this in real time. You know, sometimes if you've not cooked certain things before, you know, it's kind of scary. And when you're making something, if you've ever tasted real chicken curry, it's intimidating. In this pan here, I'm just going to crunch it and put it right on the same bag that I had it sitting on. So, I got my other pan of chicken going. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. Alrighty. We got something going on here. There's something going on here. And you know, as far as the veggies are concerned, it makes for a real pretty color when you get all those colors in there. So, got that chicken all in the pan. So we're just going to let this continue to cook. And I'm going to move on to something else now. The other thing that I'm cooking, so y'all can just watch everything I'm cooking. And at some point I'm just going to shut down the camera rather. Let everything cook because I got to start getting something to wear for barbecue today. Her colors are black and white down there. So I just need to get in my closet and get something black and white pulled out. I didn't feel like doing it last night, so gotta do it today. Oh, and I've got one leftover item that I'm going to be using on my menu today. So I don't know if I gave you the menu for today, but anyway, the menu today is curried chicken over rice, lima beans lima beans with ham hock. And of course, my curry is a vegetable curry because I got all these nice veggies. Time to turn that. Okay, lower that heat. Just keep a watch on the pan that you're browning this meat in because I want to use this pan. Now, this is going to be the pan that I want to make that sauce in. So I don't want nothing burned. Just keep that meat moving. Keep it browning and don't let it burn. And you can remember now, you still got to keep the high heat because you don't want water to form in here. So just watch how I'm doing it. It's just as simple, y'all. Anybody that's interested in learning how to make curry chicken. And by the way, if you don't want to use chicken thighs, you can use breast, you can use wings, leg. You can curry any part of the chicken that you want to, or you can use a combination. I was going to use some chicken parts also in here, but then I decided not to because I had so much of the chicken thighs going on. So do a little white. And when you're cooking, just remember one thing: keep your wet Clorox cloth in your hand. Because if you're like me, when I finish, I don't want all the grease spilled out into the stove. So just wipe it every once in a while. Okay. Now, take a piece and make sure. And you know, when lima beans are cooking, you have to keep look at them because you want them cooking, you want them boiling. And know this, that the water will dry up on you if you don't wash it. Okay? I got to get some rice going back here on this back burner. Let's use my kettle. Okay. Wow. I need about, I tell you what, I'm going to say this to you about rice. Cook it according to the directions on the package that you purchase. Because if you follow me with rice, you know, you might get kind of messed up a little bit. I don't measure, I just pick up rice. I just cook it and I put settling together. Because y'all know I don't like to do recipes that much. So I'm going to go ahead and get my water boiling for some rice. I'm going to cook about 3 cups of rice back here on the back burner. Got my water